Now, one of the things I do want to talk about, which is kind of scary right now, is the way a lot of the lawmakers in the United States and in Israel have been openly justifying, but not only just justifying, but bragging about what has been going on with Hamas. Israel is not concerned with killing Hamas. Israel seeks to murder as many Palestinians as possible and make Gaza uninhabitable, leading to a slow death for the remaining Palestinians. I want to play this video real quick right here because this video has been getting a lot of play. And it really kind of justifies what a lot of people are saying, that it's really not about Hamas, that it's more about the Israelis wanting this land, right? And a lot of people can argue this left and right. Some people say, no, it really is about Hamas. They want them dead. What they did was brutal. It was awful. But if you even look at the numbers right now, and I think there's an argument that's being had right now about how many people the Israelis killed, right? Jamie, what was that doctrine called again? Jamie?
The Harami,
the Hannibal doctrine?
The Hannibal doctrine.
Yeah, I know they have the Dahaya doctrine, which means they can, they can bomb buildings and whatnot, but the Hannibal doctrine is something else. Take a look at this video here by Robbie Martin. Check it out, because a lot of people are using this video right here to justify the fact, or to provide themselves ammunition to say, no, this isn't about Hamas. This is about an ethnic cleansing. Take a look. From the north to the south, the central part of Gaza. Now they've cleared out northern Gaza. Now they get to central Gaza. Same thing. People start moving south. Now they move into the Rafah border crossing area. And now in the Super Bowl, they're bombing the heck out of it right there. A little snapshot about what people are talking about as far as what's going on. Let's bring back in Angelica Duenas. Angelica, it's hard to argue this point over here about this not happening. When we started this whole protest, after October 7th, I was in LA then. I was doing the Jimmy Dore show, and on the weekends we were going to a few of these. What are your thoughts on what's going on? Is there a case to be made that it's not just about Hamas, that it's about the fact that the Israelis want that land and they want the Palestinians gone by any means necessary?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that, if one explores the history of the Zionist movement and how long it's been going on, and how, in fact, it was something that was going on, an idea that had been going around before even World War II. So this is an idea that goes, before the Holocaust, actually. So, knowing those parts of history, and then, reading and understanding and hearing people's testimonies of the Nakba and other actions that Israel has taken against the Palestinian people. It's undeniable, the fact that they have walled off the areas, the fact that they control everything that goes in and out of the area, the fact that they, have been funding Hamas, like you had mentioned earlier, how Hamas was really kind of like the force upon the Palestinian people when they're, first when they had other options with PLO, who was more peaceful in their tactics and trying to gain a free Palestine. So, this is, we've been seeing it for quite a while. And, even people who are new to, I guess, the conflict, the genocide, the occupation that has been, inflicted upon the Palestinian people, I think it's very clear that it has nothing, it has very little to do with Hamas. Hamas seems to be an excuse that they're able to use now. But it seems like the main goal is to take over all of Palestine.
Yeah. I'm going to play this next video for you right now, and I have a question right after it, because you are of Latin American descent, and I think there's a strong connection. A lot of people feel, when the West has intervened so many times in Latin America, and still intervening to this day. We talk about the bases that are all along the trail, of the migrant hike coming up to the southern border. and U.S. intervention is alive and well. But back in the past, there's been many of these groups that the United States has supported, these murder death squads, to try to cleanse some of these areas in Latin America. But let me play this next clip over here. This is just crazy right here. This is an Israeli minister of social equality and women's advancement, May Golan. Listen to what she says over here. It is crazy. They're not just saying that this is happening. They're bragging about it. Listen to this.
תקשיב טוב, אדון גיס 50, מר כסיף, לא אתה ולא השותפים שלך שמגנים עליך מבית ומבחוץ, מזיזים לנו כהוא זה. הממשלה הזו לא מגמגמת לגביך, אתה יכול להמשיך לחלום שנסיים את הלחימה ללא ניצחון. אנחנו לא מתביישים לומר שאנחנו רוצים לראות את חיילי צה"ל הגיבורים והקדושים שלנו תופסים את סינואר והמחבלים שלו באוזניים וגוררים אותם בכל הרצועה בדרך למרתפי שב"ס, אבל שב"ס של בן גביר, לא של בר-לב או מיכאלי. או במקרה הכי טוב לארון קבורה כזה או אחר.
Or best case scenario, a coffin. I am personally proud of the ruins of Gaza. And that every baby, even years from now, will tell their grandchildren what the Jews did when their families were murdered and raped and their civilians were kidnapped. You and your friends can dream that we will allow you to build a government, because if you think that it's okay to rape the women, beheading of the kids and the civilians, the kidnapping will be sit in the government of change, you are dreaming. You can keep shouting peace and elections now. From Kaplan to Gaza, let them hear you. We have a mission, and I am concluding, and that the last thing we will allow you is for Officer Kazab to go up and put a flag in Palestine. The Minister of Defense of the Palestinian state. And I can't even read, it's going so quick. It's nuts. She's saying all this stuff that it doesn't make a difference what you want. This is the type of treatment you will receive from us. Wow. I mean, across the board, she was brutal.
Yeah. I even slowed it down. That was 75% speed. She was speaking so fast.
She was speaking way fast, and it's a little bit distance from the computer to what I'm reading. Holy cow, Angelica, your thoughts on that, on what she said over there? I mean, she's bragging. She's saying that the best case scenario is a coffin. Better yet, she wants to drag everybody into prison, and it will be told years from now what the Jewish people did as an answer to what Hamas has done. In other words, justifying the brutal slaying of women and children because of what had happened on October 7th. She's saying this openly.
Yeah. No, I think it's just another example of, the propaganda that we're being fed and being told, time and time again that it's, the Palestinian, that's Hamas, is the, people of Palestine that want to see every Jew wiped off the face of the earth, that they want to, that the river to the sea means, another Holocaust and the murdering of all Jews. And if you really stop and pay attention to like the actions and even the words that the Israeli government and extremists in Israel are saying, is that's actually it's very much what they're saying that the Hamas is trying to do, which is wipe out very clearly the Palestinians out of Gaza, and it seems to be good enough. They keep on pushing into, they want to get rid of all Palestinian people of Palestine. It seems like it's even in the West Bank, when we don't have Gaza, or we don't have Hamas there at all. The Palestinian people are also being abused and massacred as well.
Yeah, and displaced and taken out of their homes. And like you said, Hamas is not there. And, I just like to point out, Angelica, that, I think it's a little bit too late sometimes when they start calling for this ceasefire. They've all been behind funding, and they could have stopped this a long time ago. Now, we understand that if this war to go on, it would take the United States to continue to fund Israel no matter what. If we stop the arming and the funding of Israel, it would stop right away. I mean, maybe they would get their arms somewhere else from somebody else. But eventually they come and they're trickled down from the United States. And it's funny because the United States is getting rid of all their arms right now, giving it to Israel, and then reing up new arms with new defense contracts and getting nuclear weapons. But it's one thing for the Israeli prime ministers to say stuff like that, or Israeli officials to say words like that. For an American lawmaker like this over here to say that, Jamie, real quick. Yeah, if you could see right over here. Wow, this is Congressman Andy Ogles from Tennessee on the Palestinians in Gaza. Let it roll.
I've seen the footage. You've seen footage of shredded children's bodies, and that's my taxpayer dollars. I'm going to bomb those kids. So I think we should kill them all. If that makes you feel better. Everybody. Yes.
I mean, holy cow. He says, I think that we should kill them all, Angelica. I mean, this is a U.S. congressman of Tennessee saying this stuff. Your thoughts?
No, it's like, I mean, it's just psychotic. And these are the people who are in charge. It just goes to show that, we've had, I don't know, it's just the worst of the worst are really who are in power right now in our country. And it comes down to big money and the corporatists taking over, our power structure here in the United States of America. And, that's why we need people who are corporate-free grassroots to run for office, because this is who is calling the shots, and this is who are able to, bring attention to issues, who can fight back. And they're not going to, as long as they're being funded by the war industry, by the military blood money, by AIPAC, by just all of these powers that be that benefit and profit off of this war and these wars that are going on that are endless.
Yeah, and a lot of these congressmen and senators have dual citizenship. Let's not forget about that. So now we showed
That's
an
just
Israeli.
that's just a coincidence. That's just a coincidence.
Are you saying something over there? You got a conspiracy hat on over there, homegirl? What are you trying to say?
I'm just saying that's just a coincidence.
Just coincidence, right? Yeah. So we have this video over here. We just mentioned some of the Israeli prime minister and the Israeli lawmakers and the United States lawmakers. Okay, so that's the lawmakers, right? So they are who they are. How about an Israeli citizen? Let's take a look at this too as well.
Use different methods. One of them is not to give them any humanitarian aid, so the countries of the world will have pity on them and take them.
That's it.
No, it's not. Play it over from the beginning.
Of Gaza, and we'll use different methods. One of them is not to give them any humanitarian aid, so the countries of the world will have pity on them and take them.
So that's an Israeli citizen saying that we should cut off humanitarian aid so somebody will have to take them, right? And that's an argument a lot of people have made. Why don't anybody want to take these Palestinians, Angelica? I'm saying, now here's a citizen, and this is something that Norman Finkelstein had spoken about, and Max Blumenthal and Dan Cohen had done some work on, where they've showed the citizens they're very different than they were 30 years ago, right? Like they've been programmed so hard that they think it's okay and justified what they are doing to the Palestinians. Your thought there?
Yeah, I mean, what we're dealing, or what we're seeing, what witnessing that is happening in Palestine is, it's something that has penetrated a lot of their society. It seems like they truly believe that they deserve all of Palestine, or there's a big chunk of it of Israelis. We are also here, which we should point out, that there are people in Israel that feel that there is a solution for people to live together, for a two-state solution, and or for a peaceful one-state solution. So there are different thoughts and different people who are advocating for peace in Israel. Let's not forget about that. But yeah, I mean, it looks like we're witnessing and we're hearing the thoughts of people that, again, because of how media was being consumed, we just weren't hearing this raw um expression of how they feel. I mean, this is something that's new. I think that many of us haven't been exposed to this, and so this is what's really kind of helping to get the world to see that this is more than just a reaction to October 7th, that this is more than just a reaction to Hamas's violent acts, that this is really what the goal of Israel, the Israeli government, has been for quite a long time, and that they're actively moving on to taking over Gaza and getting rid of the Palestinian people.
Angelica Duenas, thank you for joining us today. Do you have any messages you want to leave the people with? I know you're running. Where can they go find you, help you out, throw you a buck or two,
Yeah.
or anything else you have leaving us today? If you want to express something else, I know we just talked about the Israeli-Palestine situation, and there's a lot more to
Yeah.
Angelica Duenas' campaign than just that. But please tell us about it.
Yes. Well, you can check me out at Angelica4Congress.com, Angelica4Congress.com. And you can check out our platform. We are 100% grassroots, people funded. If you are able to donate, help us out. If you're local to the Los Angeles area and you're interested in helping us canvass, so that's like going door to door, passing out our door hangers, that would be super appreciated. And you can sign up on our website, Angelica4Congress.com. And peace is on the ballot here in the East San Fernando Valley. It's a perfect opportunity. It's an open seat. We did really, really well against the incumbent. We are now up against some other corporate Democrat that has already, pledged their allegiance to Israel and has not acknowledged the genocide going on in Palestine, not even acknowledged the dead Palestinian children or women or any of that. So we know what we're going to see. In fact, if you go to her Instagram, you can even comment on her stuff. So we're seeing just another Democrat hack that's going to be playing the party line. And so that's not what we're going to have here with Angelica Duenas. Check me out, Angelica4Congress.com, and follow us on social media.
We did talk about Israel and Palestine. We didn't talk about your district. Outside of Israel and Palestine, what's the most pressing issue that you want to tackle for your district? What district number is it, by the way?
It's the 29th congressional district. We're in the East San Fernando Valley here in Los Angeles. God, there's so much going on over here. But the biggest things, I think, it's housing, homelessness, affordable housing, lack thereof, and healthcare. Mental health services are really much needed. And the drug crisis, fentanyl, has really just ravaged, I think, all of America. And Los Angeles isn't, being left behind. And so all of these things that are contributing to the years and years and years of failed policies that are affecting all of us here, and lack of good living wage jobs. Yeah. So, I mean, all of that. So, here's where is it? We're on this side. Peace, Jobs, Justice. That's what we're running on. So check us out.
That's awesome. Angelica, I love you. Thank you so much for coming on. I wish you nothing but the best of the luck, and I look forward to seeing you soon. You go kick ass in your district, girl.
You too. Bye-bye. See y'all soon.
Later.